guys, welcome to the video. This is to help you get ready for our 2023 NFL entry draft. Obviously, no better place to start than at quarterback. Mason Schillinger, the highest ranked quarterback on the board coming into the season, easily has the strongest arm available in the draft. Does he have all the tools necessary? Remains to be seen, but a very high prospect. Darian Frost, currently looked at as someone who should go in about the second round. That was the view coming into the season. Very high IQ coming out of college. Should run reasonably well at the combine and has the arm strength to deliver the ball to all fields. Jarrett Landry out of Oregon. He is seen as the next Ben Roethlisberger. 6'6", 240 pounds. Has an incredible ability to break sacks, has a strong arm, and is sneaky quick. Expect him to do reasonably well at the combine. Denzel Carmichael is somebody who has gotten on some NFL scouts' radars. The problem being the man is an absolute statue. At 6'5", 234, there's people that size that can move. He is not one of them. Expect him to do poorly at the combine with the 40-yard dash, even when compared to offensive linemen. But I guess at the end of the day, his job is to deliver the ball, and he seems to be quite accurate. Le'Veon Harris out of North Dakota State may be punished for playing at a small school, flying under the radar, but seen as somebody who has a below average NFL arm, but might be able to deliver the ball at that level, was a great runner at North Dakota State. Will that translate to any success at the NFL level? Turning our attention to halfbacks now, one of the top halfbacks supposedly to come off the board is Aaron Bullard, who is all elusiveness. Arguably the most elusive back in the draft with great speed, and even better than his speed might be his agility. Next notable to come off the board, projected as a third-round pick at the start of the year, easily the most agile back coming out of the draft will be Earl Lyons. The problem being, does he have the speed to compete at the next level? Definitely going to be an interesting combine for him to see if he's worth your pick. Gio Cofield looked at as a fourth-round pick coming into the year. Nothing that really just stands out absolutely, but from Central Michigan, great ball carrier vision, great numbers throughout his collegiate career. Neat to see how he does at the combine. Any other year, I believe Karma Taylor would be on the list at least as somebody who is expected to be drafted. This year is chocked full of elusive, speedy backs, and perhaps that's the reason why he's, on the outside looking in. Somebody who has average speed at best, but a very reliable ball carrier. Not one single fumble in his senior season. Also on the outside looking in is Armand Smiley out of Eastern Michigan. Someone who's seen as perhaps not having the speed necessary to compete at the next level, but very high football IQ, very reliable, and really made tacklers work, often making the first guy miss. Looking at the draft board for this year's crop of fullbacks, absolutely no depth. That being said, the one player that you might want to take a look at is Perry Tucker, who had a very good career out of USF, but was predominantly the main ball carrier and not really used in a fullback role. The biggest problem is, man has absolutely no speed. Definitely not the type of speed that an every down back in the NFL would require, thus the move to fullback. Also worth noting, man weighs 261 pounds. So how fast do you expect him to be? The problem being, at 261 pounds, he has far below average linebacker speed. Talk to any one of his teammates, though, and just know you will not find a guy with more respect for the way he approaches his craft. Now moving on to the wide receiver position, and it starts off hot. Jared Hamlin out of Washington is an absolute burner. Expect for him to light it up at the combine and to go early in the draft. Jamarcus Okoye, on the other hand, expected to go in the second round. Man has a hard time moving quickly. Arguably the lowest speed receiver available in this draft. 6'4", 225 pounds, strong, great hands. Just don't expect him to get to the spot quickly. Alex Orchard, on the other hand, also seen as somebody who should go in the second round. He can get to a spot quickly. He would probably be a first round grade if people were not so concerned with his ability to get in and out of his routes. But straight line running, undoubtedly as fast as it gets in this draft. Now, somebody with loose hips would be Jamar Wooden. He can get in and out of a break with the absolute best of them. Two problems. One, doesn't have the speed of an Alex Orchard. Number two, 5'6", 175. Will he be able to separate at the next level? A 6'2", 202-pound small forward, yes, I said small forward, who finally transferred over from basketball to football, turned wide receiver, only played 1 year of college, hence the undrafted report. Now, there's no one number that stands out other than spec catch, where he is very highly rated in spec catch. Maybe unpolished in some facets of the game, and despite not having elite burner speed, was able to make several explosion play catches deep down the field throughout the season. Now, turning our attention towards the tight ends, Nicholas Muldrow coming into the season was seen as a potential top 10 pick. He is easily the most balanced tight end available in the draft without any glaring deficiencies. John Jarrett also seen as a first round selection, 6'5", 254, and likely the fastest tight end available in this draft. Expect many of his combine numbers to shine. Alec Wade, somebody who is not seen as a proficient receiving tight end, is somebody who could be really helpful at the next level in the run game. Jakari Campbell out of Ohio State, 6'8", 272 pounds. Not somebody who's going to stretch the field, but is very reliable in most facets that you look for in a tight end, and incredibly agile for somebody his size, able to get in and out of cuts in the short pass game. Jack Ferguson out of UCLA, 6'2", 275 pounds. At the college level was very productive. The problem is, does he have any chance of being worthwhile from the tight end position at his speed? Literally, maybe the slowest tight end available in the draft, which is probably why you see him outside of the draft line. Moving on to the offensive line, in particular offensive tackles, Felix McKinnon, Terrell Harris, Derek Stanley, all have elite strength. Expect them to do very well at the combine. That being said, do they have all the tools necessary to succeed at the next level? Cedric White, a prolific run blocker. The deficiency that exists in his pass blocking may be too profound for him to have a role at the next level. Looking at the offensive guards, Joseph Ridley, very highly ranked and a very balanced both run and pass blocker. Expect him to go relatively high. Angelo Tansel, more of a pass blocker than a run blocker. Same could be said for Lynn McDaniels, but both very proficient. Anthony Lowry, pass block footwork, just technique in general, very proficient. And with Michael Church, very high awareness and is likely going to translate into a very solid NFL player out of this draft. Mike Foster, one of the higher ranked players coming into this draft, very good IQ, very strong pass blocker, some questions with regards to his ability to lead block in a run, but that remains to be seen. Matthew DeLong, freakish strength. Look for him to blow it up in the combine when it comes to the bench press. The problem being, if I'm him, I'm probably going to sit out the 40-yard dash. Arguably the slowest player available in the entire draft. And closing out our look at centers, Travis Killings, a very balanced center, effective in both the run and the pass game. Expect him to find a job at the next level. Hey guys, so thanks so much for watching the entire video. That concludes our look at the offensive side of the ball for the 2023 NFL Draft that's coming up this Sunday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time for us. With that being said, if you want to see a look at the defensive side of the football, make sure we get to 25 likes. If we get to 25 likes, we'll be sure to get a solid peek, very similar to this one, at the other side of the ball. If you have any questions, please do leave them down in the comment section down below. If you're new to the channel and would like to see some Madden franchise content, please do consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next video.